The boomers are retiring. The millennials are coming in, and they don't know anything. You got to provide us training, and it's got to be this, and it's got to be that, and they consume this way, and they consume that way. And, anecdotally and kind of instinctively, there were a lot of things that I knew or had made assumptions about. And so I went out and I tried to do some research to support my hypothesis. And, I didn't really find anything that was too earth-shattering. Okay, yeah, so we know that boomers like to talk on the phone or meet face-to-face, and the millennials like to text more, right? But all of these are really generalizations, too, right? My father, who is a strong boomer, would much rather text any day of the week than talk to anybody on the phone. And my millennial son would really probably rather call a lot of times. So, these are really generalizations. The real problem with this is that there are differences in behavior. We can't really pigeonhole people, but we've got to recognize that we do have this variety in our customer base, right? They are consuming differently. They are, they have certain preferences. But then the real challenge is we have that same variety in our sales force and how they feel comfortable presenting material to our customers, how they feel comfortable using tools and things like that. So another challenge that I was thinking about, and I really hope that this doesn't resonate with any of you, but how it's been for us historically is one of our stakeholders, let's say a product marketing manager, will come and say, hey, we're launching a product. And we're like, oh, okay. What can we do to help? What do you need? We need a catalog page and a brochure, maybe some website update. And we're like, okay, well, when do you need it? Well, in a couple of weeks, we're launching the product. So can't have the conversation about who are we targeting? Why do they care? Is a brochure really the best way to reach those people? Is a brochure what the sales guy needs to really help launch that product and meet our objectives? So what we're trying to shift to in my group is understand what's going on before it happens. Being proactive about getting there. This is about starting to talk about that plan, right? You ask the sales guys what they want. They're like, well, what do you got? Well, we could do a video. Yeah, that sounds great. We could do some social media. That would be great. How about a LinkedIn article? That would be awesome. That'd be really great. They'll say yes to everything. Just give it all to me, whether or not it'll help. So our job and our responsibility is to understand who they're trying to reach and what they're trying to achieve, right? What are they trying to get them to do? And then what is the best communication tool, or what is the best content to help them get there, okay? So we've also got to make it easy for the sales guys, right? And how do we do that? So the first thing we do is we get alignment with them on understanding how they're going about what they're doing. What kind of tools do they need to achieve their objectives, right? Creating a communications strategy and a content plan that isn't just going to support our marketing leaders and our product marketing guys that are coming to us and our engineers, but also supporting how the sales guys need to go to market, okay? Understanding what motivates them. Then we also got to tell them, once we create all this great content and once we put it out there and once we make it available to the customers, we got to let them know. We got to tell them. We got to let them know that stuff is out there where they can access it, right? We got to tell them what our customers are reading. What are they consuming? What are they clicking on? What are they interested in? We have to let them know where they can find what they need. And we need to include them in that proactive planning when we're talking about any activity that we're doing. You have to learn how to say no. You got to say no. And I was laughing about it because when my team says no, I get rogue sales guys going off and making presentations and ordering promotional items, and we lose all control of branding. So I always tell my team, don't say no, just ask more questions, Now, I'm gonna say no to the, let's print a doorstop brick, 8,000-page catalog for $250,000. That you can say no to, right? But you gotta be pretty accommodating, right? So you gotta give them templates, you gotta give them options, you gotta make it easy for them. As we're all trying to watch our pennies, as we're all trying to make the most out of our people, and really get everything under control, You got to make things at a click of a button for the sales guys to be able to get what they need. And you have to and we know you have to constantly remind them of where that button is for them to get what they need and what's going to be there when they get there. And then you got to help your sales guys. I feel like we really have to take the responsibility of showing them the value of the content we're creating and how we're putting it out there, and then helping them understand where they complement that, how they do, complement the digital stuff and amplify it, and they don't have to worry about carting around catalogs in the trunks of their car. They can go in and really have a meaningful, higher impact interaction with the customer, because that customer's already going to be informed on a lot of stuff, right? So they can go in and make more of the 17% of time that they're spending with suppliers.